Hello Virgo, welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree and today I'll be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, and abundance reading for the month of August 2022. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I'll be using my white tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite tarot, and then I will close out your reading, Virgo, with a Crystal Angels Oracle card. All right, so you see the cards are already starting to communicate, and so far it looks like things are really gonna start off nice in the month of August for you, Virgo. So, you're going to be in a position to be generous. Oh my goodness, this is so crooked. So you're going to be in a position to be generous. That's what we've got going on with that first card there. With the Six of Pentacles. That means you're going to be able to give from your overflow. That's always a wonderful place to be. Because that means you really are in a position to serve others. It means that you have been rewarded in some way, shape, or form. And I'm picking up that this is a karma thing. So Virgo, you've been kind of racking up karma points for quite a while, and it looks like you're going to start getting some of that good karma back by the look of these cards here. You've got some really good news coming through as it relates to money with that Page of Pentacles, and also your budget is just in a really nice position with that Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Now that's a great card to see in the reverse because that means your budget is solid. It means that you're not scrimping or saving and you're not feeling unstable as it relates to finances. We also have that Fool card. Now the Fool card means you're moving in a brand new direction. You may not have all the answers. You may not know exactly what the next step or the plan fully is. But that's okay because you're excited and you're going to be financially rewarded for doing so. Okay, so this is really good, Virgo. And I get the sense, because I am a Virgo too, that maybe financially things don't feel that great right now. But from what I'm picking up intuitively and what I'm seeing here with the cards, that's all going to change. You just have to keep doing what you're doing, sustain the activity, stay focused, and stay receptive and expectant. And things will shift. A huge shift is definitely coming, especially, again, as it relates to finances, work, your business, investments, and so forth. We also have that Star card, one of my favorite cards. This means that if you've been struggling with any type of health issue, the Star card definitely reveals healing is on the way. But the other thing about this card is that it shows that you attract a lot of not only attention, but just positive energy coming your way. It's also a card that signifies success, more than you expected, and in a bigger, brighter, bolder way than what you were anticipating. Finally, we have the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is a card of control, but that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes we have to make sure we maintain our boundaries, and we have to make sure that we keep our systems in place to keep things operating smoothly, especially for those of you who have a business. But the Emperor is telling me to tell you, Virgo, that things definitely are going to be under control and things are going to be flowing smoothly as it relates to your money. Whoa. Okay. So let's see what else is showing up for the sign of Virgo as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of, okay. Let's move everybody down. For the month of August 2022, Virgo. All right, so Knight of Wands, this means we have some type of support or assistance coming our way. Now, I'm getting the sense that this is work related, okay, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's money related. But whatever it is that you do to bring in an income or to support yourself, you're going to get some type of positive support and help as it relates to that. So it could be new training, could be new equipment, it could be a new coach or mentor, but it's definitely going to be something that enables you to make more money, but I'm not picking up the sense that it's actually money itself. Next up, we have the Judgment card. This is a decision being made for you, Virgo. Now, I'm getting the sense that, not that someone says, oh, you can't do something, but the way things happen, just with a certain circumstance, it kind of clarifies the decision for you as far as what you're going to do next as it relates to your finances. So maybe something doesn't work, maybe you just don't, maybe the timing's off or whatever. But this is a decision being made for you, but it's not because you didn't actively make a decision. It's because the circumstances just are not in your favor at this time. Next up, we have the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands talks about some physical changes in the work environment. I like seeing that card because usually when I see her, especially in the upright position, excuse me, that means that the changes are welcomed changes, changes that are actually positive and something that suits you better. Next up, we have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands in the reverse means communication is good, especially for people close to you. It means that you're getting along and things are very harmonious in your conversations. Now, we also have the Ace of Wands in the reverse. This means that cash flow doesn't necessarily stop, but I'm getting the sense that cash flow, there's a pause in the cash coming towards you roughly in the second week of August. Now, that doesn't mean you're not making money, but either a payment doesn't come through when it's supposed to, or I'm getting the sense that cash has to be redirected. You know, maybe you thought, oh, I could pay off a bill with this money, but then when the money comes in, you realize that you cannot use it for what you had it earmarked for. So the money is going to have to be redirected in another way. Finally, we got the Two of Cups. Now, this is a divine disconnection, could be with someone or something. And I don't get the sense that that's a negative thing, but I'm getting the feeling that like you've outgrown something, Virgo, and that you decide to move on in a new direction. All right, Virgo, let's see what else shows up for you. Whoa. As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of August 2022. What do we need to know for the sign of Virgo? All right, Virgo, as we move into the second half of August, now this is where things could get a little wonky, a little bit weird maybe. Okay, these two cards here just fell out, so we're going to hold off on that. Let's go ahead and talk about what's happening here. King of Wands means that when I see him in the reverse, this means that somebody is looking at you for the wrong reasons, right? And it doesn't necessarily mean that they dislike you, but I'm picking up the sense that maybe somebody is jealous or feels threatened by you, Virgo. Okay, and this is somebody that you know in a professional aspect. So someone's looking at you and they're feeling threatened. Okay, that's what we got here. Now, we also have the Death card. The Death card talks about life transformation. When it shows up in the reverse, it means that things either happen very, very quickly or it happens very, very slowly. Again, it just depends on what's going on, you know, at that time. Now, as this relates to your money, I'm getting the sense that there's going to be some big changes in how you make your money. Could be a new job, could be a new investment of some sort, but it's going to be something very, very either abrupt, or it's going to be so slow that you're going to think nothing is happening. Okay, but again, we're just going to pay attention to what's going on at that time, and then we can figure out, you know, how we're going to handle that. We also have the Nine of Swords. That's the card of anxiety and feeling a little worried. Now, I'm surprised to see this, Virgo, because you have a really good month. You know, the cards are showing a lot of good things happening as it relates to your money. So I'm wondering if this is just some type of financial insecurity, maybe something subconsciously that you need to work on. Next up, we have the Five of Wands in the reverse. And again, that is some good communication, no arguments. But it does mean that you may have to distance yourself a little bit. Not because you're not getting along, but just because sometimes you just don't need to talk about every little thing. Finally, we have the Tower card in the reverse, and that talks about rebuilding and restructuring. So I'm wondering if this change here, this big change that's happening as it relates to your money, could be rebuilding a business, restructuring your finances, you know, from scratch. Maybe you're putting in a new type of savings plan, maybe a new retirement plan, maybe a new business plan. And the plan definitely has to be reworked, okay, because there's some things that need to change. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Again, the other cards that show up will give us a little bit more information as it relates to that. So we have the Seven of Wands here. Be careful with your conversations because somebody is definitely not on the right page. And I'm getting the sense again that this is somebody you work with. Now, because this card fell on that King of Wands, and remember I told you somebody feels threatened or somebody feels jealous or envious of you here. That could be the person here who's causing you to have some difficult conversations. All right, then we got the Knight of Cups. That's an offer that comes through late. You know, plain and simple, there's an offer that you're expecting and it doesn't show up when it's supposed to. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to happen. It just means that, you know, you were expecting it on Monday and it doesn't come until Thursday. It's one of those types of things. But it's still going to be good. It's just going to be inconvenient because the offer is late and you got stuff to do, Virgo. All right. Let's see what else shows up for Virgo as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. Whoa. For the month of August 2022. These are some really powerful cards here. All right. Do I have room? I think I do. All right. So, Four of Swords. That is you having to take a step back and go within. Sometimes when it comes to money, I know we always want to be proactive in taking action, but sometimes the action doesn't necessarily have to be physical. Sometimes we have to really sit down and think, and that's what I'm getting with this card, is that you really have to do some mental, I guess I could say planning as it relates to your money, but you got to think some things through before you actually start taking action, okay? And process your finances mentally before you start doing things that may or may not necessarily be in alignment with where you want to go. Now, this is a great card. We have the Ace of Swords. That is a breakthrough of some sort, and because we're talking about money, I am almost positive that's going to be a financial breakthrough in some way, shape, or form. That's very exciting because this is definitely going to take your finances to the next level. We also have the Empress card, which is a card of creativity and also maturity. Something you've been working on for a while finally starts to take off, finally starts to grow and progress. The other thing about the Empress card is that is a card of the birthing of new ideas. So don't be surprised if you get hit with an inspiration to do something that could make you a lot of money. And finally, we have the Three of Swords. Now, that's a card of disappointment and heartbreak. Now, I'm not feeling like this is something related to your money. I'm getting the sense that that is something personal, right? Because the way the card came out. So it could be something in one of your personal relationships. Maybe somebody disappoints you or upsets you in some way. But just remember that it doesn't have to affect you financially. Yes, you could be bothered or upset or disappointed, but it doesn't have to impact your finances, okay? It's one of those things that you're going to have to deal with and process on your own to the best of your ability and not let those emotions cloud your judgment as it relates to your money. So Virgo, your month is very interesting, and I'm a Virgo, so I'm really curious to see how this is all going to play out. But I'm looking forward to the month of August, especially the beginning. That's where we've got these big, fun, positive things showing up for us. And it's very exciting. You know, even when we're kind of working through some stuff in the second half of the month, it's still all very good and it's all progress. So let's go ahead and close out your reading with a Crystal Angels Oracle card, Virgo. Okay, so you got the card Angelite, spiritual or religious community. Join with like-minded people for friendship and increased spiritual growth. Okay, now that's not something that I would expect for Virgo, because usually a lot of us are, you know, we're kind of independent solo people. But maybe this is something we need to work on for the month of August. Maybe it's all about connection and really finding our tribe and being with people who may have similar thoughts, similar values, and similar goals. So let me know what you think. I hope you found this reading helpful. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, please drop them down below. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.